This Diddy docuseries that 50 Cent just released on Netflix, documenting how horrible of a human being Diddy is.
Boy, I haven't watched it yet, but the fact that the Diddy documentary by 50 Cent is #1 in the US, the UK, especially in the UK, in front of Stranger Things last season, bro. That shit must be something else. I'm planning on watching it over the weekend, hopefully tomorrow, because I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I haven't had a chance to watch it today because I was busy with other things, but definitely Sunday. I've got to watch it on Sunday, man. Because that's just gonna be crazy. I already know.
Could be backfiring on 50 Cent. People are taking to social media in droves to call out 50 Cent just as
Huh?
much as they're calling out Diddy. The Diddy docuseries didn't really tell me nothing new about Diddy, and that was one of the critiques. A lot of the stories, to be honest, maybe it's because I watch too much YouTube and I watch too many interviews, but like a lot of the stories I already heard on platforms like Art of the Dialogue, Vlad TV, Street Life TV. Like I already heard a lot of these stories on those platforms, and I been knew Diddy was a terrible human being. I didn't need a 50 Cent docuseries to tell me this, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's only you. Like for example, myself, I'm not on all these socials, especially not on YouTube like that. So I probably don't even know like 9% of the things that are probably in the doku. So hell yeah, and that's not just me. That's majority of people across the entire world. Yeah, sure, you have people like Flacco and like I don't know how many other people that do know the ins and outs about it, but for the majority of us, we don't know these things. Like we don't. We got a life. So yeah, I'm definitely watching that shit.
But nonetheless, though, even though I didn't find the docuseries all that useful, I'm still not against the docuseries because I do think that terrible people should be exposed. Like bad people should be exposed and should be outed. But the one thing I noticed when it comes to hip hop is abusers, perpetrators, bad people aren't usually met with the expected backlash. Like I expected everybody to watch the docuseries and say, okay, I didn't really learn too much, but I mean, Diddy being outed is a good thing. It's a plus. But instead, what I've been seeing, and maybe it's just my algorithm, what I've been seeing is people taking to social media to criticize 50 Cent for doing a docuseries more than they're criticizing Diddy for all the horrific things they've heard and seen
I've seen
Diddy do.
otherwise.
All right, now
I've seen otherwise because I remember I went on 50's social on 50 Insta before I deactivated it, and it seemed like the heavy majority of his followers were happy and pleased with the documentary. Like they were supporting it. I did see like the odd comment, talking against it, saying, "Oh, it's not a good idea. Another black person talking about another black person," but there weren't that many. Like the heavy majority was in favor of the documentary. So yeah, it has to be his algorithm. Because yeah,
there are two type of people who've been criticizing 50 Cent: street dudes and 50 Cent haters, right?
yeah.
Street dudes are criticizing 50 Cent because they live by the stupid code of conduct of the streets and they believe that what 50 Cent is doing is snitching and
Shut
that
up,
50
man.
Cent is trying to put charges on Diddy.
Oh, shut up,
Which,
man.
if Diddy did half the things that he's been accused of in his documentary, Diddy deserves to rot in a jail cell.
Yo, my honest opinion about the Diddy documentary, 50 on some criminal.
Huh?
It's fair and balanced. How? This nigga trying to incriminate nigga
What do you
on
mean?
charges.
Did he incriminate himself? Did he incriminate himself, bro?
Like,
I'm
what's
trying to
wrong with
blame
y'all?
50.
Where I'm from, that's dry snitching.
Oh my
And we don't
god, of
applaud it.
course.
There's very few times that understanding why everyone, literally everyone on the face of the planet, everyone, there's not a soul I know who don't despise and hate street dudes. This is one of the rare times where it's self-explanatory, bro. All right, we're talking about things that have to do with domestic violence, things that have to do with damn near murder for hire, things that have to do with horrific things that have to do with rape,
Pimping and bro, like,
assaults,
it's crazy.
right?
The things I
Snatching
got away
booty
with.
cat and mill butt. Things that are just degenerate, deviancy. And the first thing that goes in your mind is, oh, nah, that's snitching. nah, that's snitching blood. Nah, you can't work with the white man. Man, cut it out, bruh.
Bro.
50 Cent is a 50.
No, just lock the guy up with Diddy. Then we will see if he still thinks that way. Lock him up with Diddy. Put him in a room with Diddy. Don't even lock him up. Just put him in a room with Diddy. Then we will see if he still thinks that way.
50-year-old multi-millionaire, 100-millionaire, bro. You think he worried about the street code? Also, 50 Cent got a team. His team put this together. His team found the clips. His team conducted an interview. 50 Cent is just like the project manager. 50 Cent did no snitching in this, bro. 50 Cent was the project manager. His team put this together. Now you're saying if you were ever in the streets at some point, bro, 50 probably ain't been in the streets like what, like 30 years? If you were ever in the street at some point in your life, you can no longer transition in any other avenues. So
All right.
this 20-year-old boy, let's say, who's in the hood right now, or let's say him, because right now you a dusty street dude. Does that mean you have to be a dusty street dude your entire life? You'll probably be a dusty street dude your entire life, but do you have to be? You could transition from out of this dusty phase, and you could do movies one day. You could work with Netflix one day. You could do certain things. You could spearhead a project. I thought the rules to the streets was you can't talk to the police or give the police information. Now you guys is extending that, man, to make life just almost impossible for anybody who was ever in the streets. But people are not falling for it no more, bro. All right, people are waking up.
And I know niggas gonna be like, oh, nah, that's a business move. That nigga bitter.
What?
Because Diddy had his baby moms and was taking care of his kid. Y'all be glorifying 50 like he be doing real shit. This the same gotta leave his kids for dead. But y'all be sitting up here bashing y'all baby fathers or bashing that do that.
Bro, what is that going to do with anything, bro? What is that going to do with anything? What is that going to do with anything, bro? I hate guys like this, man. I hate guys like this.
And this out here worrying about Diddy.
What? And you worrying about 50? Huh? You complaining him being worried about Diddy, and you're complaining literally about 50. You are worried about 50. It's the same thing. You do the same shit. Wow.
Like, it ain't that much hate you got to be really putting you, like, waking up and really worrying about another. Buying information. Like, you put.
And you're out here on your phone, filming, recording, and talking about another man. What does that make you? You woke up and you decided, you know what? Let me talk about another man. Let me talk about 50 Cent. What does that make you?
Too much time in it. You must be really wanting to go shopping. Because you put mad time.
See how this video is so disingenuous? You see how it's so disingenuous? The reason why I say that is he said, oh, you really want the man to take you shopping. So you do know that Diddy, just like everyone else knows, asked 50 Cent to take him shopping. He wanted to take 50 Cent shopping. And we all know what that means when Diddy said that. We all, like, if a grown-ass man is telling me, let me take you shopping, like, the fuck does that mean? And it's not like 50 Cent was broke at that point. 50 Cent was on top of his game in the rap industry. So you know very well what Diddy was trying to insinuate in that situation. And you blame the guy for being mad in that situation, so you knew very well why 50 Cent did a documentary to begin with. You know why. So, but you're now here trying to pretend that he's simply just hating. Like, oh nah, he's snitching. Like, bro, get out of here, man. Just get out of here.
Into this life. Worrying about what this like. It ain't that much hate because the nigga said they want to take you shopping. I guarantee a white nigga probably served worse.
What?
Like, that shit is unbiased, nigga. That shit is not balanced, nigga. Like, he trying to incriminate that, and y'all up here applauding that shit. Like, and I see real niggas like, nah, 50 documentary so fire. Yeah, this, Biggie this, Tupac this. Like, y'all niggas is crazy. Like, for real.
These the type of Neanderthals when you ask them, hey, bro, yo, if a dude who touched kids lived next door to you, what would you do? Would you tell the police you know he's touching kids? These are the type of Neanderthals obsessed with being so soft. They will look you dead in your eyes and tell you, nah, bro, I ain't never snitching. I don't care what happened. I ain't never talking to the police. I ain't never talking to the police. I'll just up and move. I'll just up and leave, right? I'll just up and go before I tell the police. Excuse me? It's telling because you are notifying the police that somebody touching this. There's no reason to rationalizing with people like this, right? They're just too small brain. Now, this is coming from me, who y'all know I am public. I got backlash for saying I don't believe that Diddy should have gotten charged with the RICO. But because I said that, people misunderstood me saying free Diddy. Like, fam, it was free Diddy from the RICO because he ain't do the RICO.
Oh,
The RICO was a
shit.
crazy charge. But am I living under this delusion that Diddy is a good person? Absolutely not. Diddy is a terrible human being. He's terribly horrific. But then there's the people who believe that 50 Cent is just as terrible.
Oh my God.
And they believe that 50 Cent doing this is hypocritical, and people supporting 50 Cent doing this is hypocritical. Because if y'all have a problem with Diddy, right, y'all should also have a problem with 50 Cent according to them.
I'm not interested in a
What?
not kind.
Bro, wait, what is this? 50 Cent is did it in a different front. Wait, what? Front what? Man, people will do anything, bro. Anything. And is this a guy?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
This is a dude, right? Yeah, that's a guy. That's a guy. That's such a
Ill-intentioned
That's a guy.
man, harmful man, doing a documentary, producing a documentary about
Yeah,
another.
I can even hear it in the voice. Yep. Yeah, you can't deceive me, bro. You can't deceive me, bro. You can't. I might have some glasses on, but you can't deceive me, bro. I can see you clear.
Unkind, ill-intentioned, harmful man. 50 Cent making a documentary about Sean Combs is not about him amplifying the stories of people he victimized, or it's not even about him really giving a fuck about people who experience sexual harm. This is the man. Yeah, Tierra Marie played and all that other stuff, but for me, with the 50 Cent Tierra Marie thing, it got to the point where it was like ugly, nasty bullying. 50 Cent don't give a fuck about black women.
Tierra Marie accused 50 Cent of sharing revenge porn. You don't know that
Exactly.
video?
When he didn't even do that, yeah.
Tierra Marie giving fellatio sloppy toppy to an unidentifiable man. She claims that 50 Cent leaked that. 50 Cent said he didn't leak it at all. They went to court. 50 Cent was proved innocent.
Yep.
And Tierra Marie owes 50 Cent, I
Yep.
believe, like $50,000 right now from legal fees.
Till now?
So I don't understand how you could use that situation,
Thank you.
like, to prove that 50 Cent don't care about black women. Like, the reason why they're saying that, and I've heard this brain rot theory before, they're claiming that because 50 Cent is enforcing and going after his $50,000, knowing Tierra Marie don't have the $50,000 to give, and her life right now is in shambles, that 50 Cent is a bully. Listen, bro, I got nothing against Tierra Marie. Right? I don't know that woman. Right? I always found her hella attractive, I'll be real. But that man going after his legal fees isn't bullying.
Thank you.
That man demanding that she pays and holding her accountable and exhausting the lengths he go towards to hold her accountable
Yep.
is not bullying.
He don't give a fuck about women at all. He don't give a fuck about his children. The biracial looking child is barely hanging on. Whatever Curtis went through, there's a lot happening there. He's the rap mother Brian McKnight. But that being said, I don't want that story from him because you need your own documentary.
I'm losing brain cells listening to this shit, bro. I'm losing brain cells for real listening to this shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the other thing that's funny to me is that 50 Cent went out of his way to silence like the mother of his children from telling stories and being on platforms. This is him having a messy get back. And then the Today.
What is that going to do with Diddy? Like, wait, what? What is it? Let's even say hypothetically, he doesn't. Wait, what did he, they, them, or whatever it is say about 50 Cent? Let's even say he's so quote unquote silences and babe mama and does not look after his kids whatsoever. What is that going to do with the Diddy documentary? What's that going to do with the Diddy documentary? Like, you're acting like him supposedly not looking after his kids and silencing, not letting baby mama go on platforms to talk about him. Like, he's the only one that's done something like that. Like, I'm pretty sure any sort of, high profile person that has the financial means does not want his name to be tarnished out there in the public by his exes or whosoever. I think that's a normal thing. It's not like he's holding a gun against her head, let's say, like, hey, don't do that. I mean, that on comparison to what Diddy did with, pimping out people and forcing himself upon them, all that kind of stuff, I think we can all agree that the things that Diddy was doing was way, 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 way worse to society in general. But the comparison level is absolutely insane.
Showing are interviewing him like he's some Patronus of valor or something like that. He's a trifling ass person. Even the whole BMF thing, it's like, you canceled that show.
We're moving off tangent
you ate
so
off
badly.
of this incarcerated, now formerly incarcerated, essentially elderly black man. And he gets out, and his son barely know how to wash his ass, right? You're finally supporting the family about getting opportunities, and like over your years-long beef with this other, this is all a circle jerk of ain't shit niggas. And I don't need a Discovery Go piece of me.
Don't watch it then. Nobody's forced you or forced you to watch it. Don't watch it. That's simple. Don't watch it.
Media from any of them. I would just like them to go away.
Oh, just don't watch
Even
it.
if we concede or if we go with whatever they're saying, because I don't know exactly what they are, to be honest. But whatever.
No, I feel like he was about to say something else there. I feel like he was about to say, I don't know who or what is saying what, like in the sense of like, I don't know what that is either. I've been saying he or she or they or them.
Whatever they're saying, because I don't know exactly what they are, to be honest. But
Yeah, he did say what they are saying. He did say. I told you, bro. I told you guys, man. My radar's on point, man. Hey, I stay away from them people, man. My radar discovering and finding them, bro, is I looked at it. I was like, wait a minute. Who or what are you? We got an imposter in here.
whatever they're saying, if we go along with it and say, hey, 50 Cent is a bad person too. Okay, does that mean a murderer can't report a murder taking place? Does that mean a rapist is not allowed to report a grape? Right? Does that mean, I don't know, right? A pedo can't report a kid being touched? Like, I don't understand where this line gets drawn at. Aren't bad people allowed to report other bad people for committing crimes? Now, if you have a problem with the celebration of 50 Cent, then we could probably have that discussion.
Nah, bro.
Now, like the critiques is cool, but I do feel like the biggest blowback from this, right, or the biggest, I don't know, man, like where I see it backfiring the most is the accuracy. Now, 50 Cent obviously didn't do the research himself. 50 Cent hired people to do that, and people are coming with their own stories, and they're telling stories from their perspective. However, there are media outlets like the Breakfast Club who are fact-checking a couple of things that was said during the docuseries, and those fact checks is coming back like those things are not 100% truthful. Diddy has already sent a cease and desist to Netflix. So if 50 Cent included anything in that docuseries that wasn't truthful, oh, Diddy might do the 50 to 50. Right? Sue and get that bag out of him.
Alrighty, y'all. So yesterday I was able to speak to Wayne Burrow, who worked with Miss Violetta Wallace, who is the mother of Biggie Smalls and managing her son's estate. Now he reached out to me, or I reached out to him, and then he was like, "Okay, I'm willing to get on the phone with you," because he says that a lot of people have been blowing them up following this documentary. And he wanted to speak out, and he made it clear that this is on behalf of Miss Violetta Wallace. He says there are a few allegations that he wanted to address from the doc. So number one, there's this allegation from the documentary that Diddy used Biggie's record label deal, or his own money, Biggie's own money, to pay for Biggie's funeral. So Wayne tells me that that is completely not true, that he himself officiated the funeral and planned it along with Kirk Burroughs, who is in the documentary, Bad Boy staff, and that Bad Boy paid for everything. At no point was there any indication that on any royalty statement that this would be coming from Biggie's account. So the family never paid for anything in regards to the funeral. He said Bad Boy and Diddy covered everything from the cars to the police to the funeral itself. And they wanted to make that clear. And he also says that it's disrespectful that anybody would even imply that, you know, Miss Wallace, Biggie's mom, or any of his close friends would even be that naive to allow something like that to happen and not catch it as they're watching the royalty statements and just different things that are coming in. He also talked to me a bit about the contract conversation. So there is a claim in the doc, and this has been a claim that's been circulating for some time, that right before Biggie's passing, there was an issue with contract negotiations between Diddy and Biggie Smalls. He says that that is completely not true as well. He says that life after death was already done, so there was no contract negotiations happening. He says based on the sales and of the records and how everything was moving, Biggie had already recouped. So at that point, there was nothing to be talked about. But they did go back into a negotiation because they put out more music following the death of Biggie Smalls, and the conversation they had then was just about how that would happen and, you know, how splits would be. But that whole conversation around the contract and there being an issue with that as well, there's nothing to talk about. He says the contract was the contract and people just need to leave it at that.
And Barrow is Biggie's friend. He also managed Biggie at one point. He owned a remember that the what was it called? Oh, Jesus Christ. By Storm Entertainment. That's what they ran, which was a management company. I think they managed Shine at one point. They managed Nas at one point. I managed, of course, B.I.G. So he would know, right?
You mean
And he also
Wayne
manages the
Burrow?
estate. Yeah, Wayne Burrow. Yeah, he also
yes.
manages the estate.
Yeah, so he would know.
It'll also be interesting too to see like legally how this play out.
Yeah.
Because the person who told the story that Diddy used Biggie's estate to pay for his particular funeral, and he was also alluding to the fact that Diddy might have wanted Biggie dead, and that Diddy told Biggie to
Yeah, I
stay in
remember.
LA, you know, longer than Biggie
I heard
wanted to
rumors like
stay.
that,
And
yeah.
when Biggie stayed longer, he ultimately got killed. They were alluding to Diddy got Biggie killed. But these are stories being told by individual people who are telling their story, who are telling what they believe. So does that fall back on Netflix? Because Netflix is not the one making the accusations per se. When Netflix steps in or when the narrator steps in, they're just narrating. But the individual people are the ones who are telling the story. So do he sue those people or do he sue Netflix and 50? Who knows, right? But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys
It's
think
gonna be
about
interesting,
this,
man.
Do y'all believe that
That's gonna be interesting because from what I've seen with 50, because I've read his book, and I've also read the book that he co-authored with no, I didn't read the book that he co-authored with Robert Greene, The 50th of Law. I don't think I've read that yet. I don't think so. But either way, I've read his book, Hustle Harder, Also Smarter, and I've seen things here and there. But what I'm trying to say is like, I sort of understand, have like an image or like understand the nature of 50 Cent. Not fully, not the best or anything, but what I'm trying to get at is 50 Cent not someone that would do something without prior checks as to, you know, okay, let's for example, he's trying to buy this car. There's no 50 Cent wouldn't go around and ask people that previous or currently have that same car. He will go and ask them, yo, what would you, rate this car? Would you recommend it? What are the, pros? What are the cons? Is it worth paying for it? Or should I go for the phone? Like, there is no way 50 Cent would not have done this due diligence. There is absolutely no way. This guy not only, released and published his own book, he co-authored The 50th Law with Robert Greene. The same Robert Greene that did The 40 Power of Law. And I think 50 Cent was involved in that one too. I'm not sure. Forgotten. I don't know. But yeah, I think so. But either way, bro, this guy knows people. Like, he knows people. Like, his networking is kind of is humongous. It's huge. There is no way he wouldn't have done his, his due diligence, his DD before releasing the documentary on Netflix. And I doubt that Netflix wouldn't have signed off on it without also not fact checking if they could get, in trouble as well with, accepting and publishing that documentary on the platform. There's no way. There is no way. And please, who's going to come after Netflix, please? Netflix probably has more money and more power than Diddy, especially right now, given the constitution Diddy isn't right. Like, who's going to come after Netflix? And 50? Come on, please. Hey, man, behave yourself, man. That's nonsense, man. That's us. I do need to watch a documentary because what I'm seeing is like a 4 or 5 part series, like as in, as 4 or 5 episodes. So I'm definitely curious to watch what happened. But hey, you guys let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, have a blessed week. Peace out.